President Donald Trump confirmed that Boeing secured a contract to develop the U.S. military's next-generation air dominance program, a project valued at over $20 billion. The next-generation air dominance sixth-generation stealth fighter will replace the F-22 Raptor. Donald Trump confirmed the long-held rumors that the stealth fighter has been flying for the past 5 years.
Sixth-generation fighter jet. No.
The new F-47, as it has been named, will replace the F-22 Raptor in the next decade. The F-47 will be the most advanced, capable, and lethal aircraft ever built, President Trump told reporters.
The F-47 will be the most
The new aircraft will have state-of-the-art stealth capabilities, engines that will power them past Mach 2, and the capability to quarterback stealth drone fighters, keeping American air dominance intact. If the F-47 is stealthier than the F-22 Raptor, that's a game-changer. The F-22 Raptor, the world's first stealth fighter, was developed in the 1990s and has been in service for over 2 decades. Despite this, it is still the stealthiest fighter bar none. The F-22 has a radar cross-section estimated to be as much as 15 times smaller than the F-35 and roughly 100 times smaller than China's J-20. The F-22 continues to set the standard for all stealth fighters. After more than 20 years in service, it remains the top contender in its class. However, as other nations catch up, its dominance may soon be challenged, especially with the F-47 ready to step in. Why does the F-22 Raptor need replacing? The time has come. While the F-22 airframes still have plenty of life left, they've logged a significant number of hours. More than anything, the Raptor suffered from poor timing. The U.S. Air Force had an extraordinary fighter, but with the collapse of the Soviet Union, there was no immediate adversary. At the same time, the U.S. was pouring trillions into 2 wars in Iraq and Afghanistan, and looming budget cuts made it difficult to fully leverage the Raptor's potential. Then, the U.S. made a critical mistake. It didn't just pause F-22 production, it shut it down. While the F-22 was expensive, continuing production would have lowered costs over time. Instead, the assembly line was closed for good. Only 186 Raptors were produced, and currently, there are only between 150 and 180 combat-capable aircraft. The U.S. has been pouring money into upgrades to keep it atop the heap, but that 180 number is a hard keep-up. If an aircraft suffers an accident or is lost in combat, it cannot be replaced. The high cost of maintenance and operation is prohibitive, and the Chinese have produced hundreds of J-20s. The next-generation air dominance F-47 will have a more considerable technological advantage over anything enemies have in the skies. As production ramps up for the F-47, the F-22 Raptors will remain in service until the new fleet is fully manned and operational. The upside is that, thanks to the advanced technology incorporated into the F-47, the F-22 will also receive upgrades, ensuring it stays equipped with the latest innovations. The Air Force wants to retire 32 older Block 20 F-22s that cannot face combat. The Block 20s were primarily designed for training purposes and were not combat-coded. The Eurasian Times reported, additionally, these jets belong to the early production models known as Block 20 jets, primarily designed for training purposes and are not combat-capable. The Air Force could save around $500 million a year by retiring them. It would cost the Air Force $3.5 billion. to bring these 32 F-22s to combat capability. The Air Force loves the F-22, but it simply doesn't have enough of them. And with no production line to make more, it is time to transition to the F-47 and the F-35. The strange part of the long saga of the F-22 is that it will be retired before the airframe it replaced, as the F-15EX will continue to fly on. The F-22 is an expensive machine. As Alex Hollings pointed out last fall, the F-22 upgrade budget could buy 132 new F-35As and still leave enough for a very comfortable retirement. When it comes to the 150 combat-coded F-22s in the U.S. fleet, that translates to about $72.6 million in upgrades for each individual Raptor. The F-47 and the F-35 will be able to operate the Air Force's Collaborative Combat Aircraft Program, a multi-pronged initiative to test, develop, and implement new autonomous and manned-unmanned aircraft teaming concepts. This is also referred to as the Loyal Wingman concept, designed to fly autonomously or in small groups. It aims to counter China's anti-access Chan Area Denial A2AD capabilities. The F-22 will also be capable of deploying alongside these aircraft.